Welcome to a channel where family secrets, shocking betrayals, and unforgettable twists come to life. Here, every story dives deep into the hidden layers of relationships, where canceled trips spark calculated revenge, luxurious escapes become stages for quiet payback, and weddings hide jealousy and deception behind every smile. Each episode uncovers raw emotions, shattered expectations, and the hidden motives of those we trust most, including the ones closest in marriage and family. You'll witness clever strategies turn exclusion into poetic justice, and ordinary moments transform into unforgettable revelations. From secret manipulations to shocking truths about husbands and family members, every tale exposes what really happens when loyalty is tested, love is challenged, and appearances are deceiving. Prepare to immerse yourself in gripping family drama, shocking secrets, and the ultimate payback that will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about trust. The family's excitement was palpable, everyone buzzing about the wedding and the tropical getaway that was supposed to follow. But when the ticket was canceled, what felt like a minor oversight quickly revealed itself as the spark for deeper, more calculated choices. It wasn't just about missing a trip, it was about being deliberately pushed aside, watched as others celebrated while quietly plotting behind closed doors. The resentment that had been simmering for years now had room to surface, subtle yet dangerous. Every conversation became a minefield. Smiles carried hidden barbs, casual comments disguised judgments, and every small gesture of affection seemed measured, calculated, as if the bonds of family were a fragile glass teetering on the edge. Secrets that had been buried in polite conversation and birthday dinners began leaking, exposing layers of betrayal that no one could have anticipated. The husband's charm, once unquestioned, now revealed a disquieting duality, smiling to the world while quietly undermining trust in the quiet moments no one else could see. The wedding itself became a stage of observation. The laughter that filled the hall masked envy and strategic maneuvering, each toast and hug carrying undertones of unspoken grudges. It was in the smallest details, the subtle rolling of eyes, the whispered asides, that the truth began to emerge. The plans that had been carefully orchestrated for appearances only highlighted what had been hidden, alliances and secrets that bent family ties toward unexpected fractures. It became clear that exclusion from a vacation was only the surface. Behind it lay manipulation, attempts to control perception, and to shape who could enjoy life freely. And while the world outside saw polite smiles and congratulations, inside, a private counterplay began. Steps were taken quietly, strategically, turning the tables not through confrontation, but through moves designed to reveal the truth, to unearth the betrayals that had gone unnoticed. By the time the dust of celebration settled, the fractures were visible. Loyalties had shifted, eyes had opened, and the carefully constructed illusions of harmony lay in ruins. What started as a canceled ticket had become a revelation. Family ties were not always what they seemed, and those who smiled the widest often hid the sharpest daggers. And in the quiet aftermath, everyone realized that the game had changed forever. The promise of paradise glimmered in brochures and glassy photos, but what was meant to be an escape quickly turned into a stage for quiet reckoning. The luxurious resort with its pristine beaches and sparkling pools seemed like the perfect distraction from the sting of being deliberately excluded. Yet, beneath the sunlit perfection, every detail became a tool. Every reservation, every private villa, every orchestrated sunset, a calculated act of control. What had started as a simple family oversight revealed itself as an opportunity to unmask truths no one dared speak aloud. Conversations that had once felt casual now carried weight, and the husband's ease in the limelight began to crack under scrutiny. Behind his practiced smiles were decisions that betrayed trust, moments of selfishness and duplicity carefully hidden until now. It became impossible to ignore how he manipulated situations, weaving narratives that painted loyalty in selective ways while silencing inconvenient truths. Every glance, every toast, every seemingly innocent gesture revealed layers of deception that had been long overlooked. The resort, meant as a reward, became a mirror reflecting the fractures beneath the family's polished exterior. The staff, the arrangements, even the ambiance were subtly repurposed, small exposures, hints, and gentle provocations that allowed the hidden betrayals to surface without confrontation. The husband's secrets, once buried beneath charm and familiarity, were now visible in the reactions of others: hushed whispers, exchanged glances, the shifting of alliances. And as the sun set each evening, casting golden light over turquoise waters, the satisfaction of quiet retribution grew. The oversight that had sparked resentment had transformed into a canvas for revealing hidden motives, reshaping perceptions, and asserting quiet control. The elegance of the escape masked the sharp edge of justice, turning what seemed like indulgence into revelation. By the final night, the paradise that had promised distraction had instead illuminated truths. Loyalty had boundaries, appearances were deceiving, and the power of unspoken strategy could topple even carefully maintained illusions. And in that golden glow, it was clear that paradise had delivered more than relaxation. It had exposed everything. Weddings had always been painted as joyous occasions, but the day of the ceremony revealed how easily celebrations could hide undercurrents of jealousy and deception. One small decision, a seating arrangement, a canceled invitation, a whispered aside, set off a chain reaction that rippled through relationships, exposing cracks that had been quietly widening for years. Every interaction was layered with tension, every smile a mask, every hug a negotiation of unspoken grievances. In the middle of vows and champagne toasts, it became impossible to ignore the hidden motives of those closest in blood. The husband, who had once seemed unwavering in loyalty, revealed a web of choices that betrayed trust in subtle, almost invisible ways. Affections were performative, apologies rehearsed, and compliments carefully measured to maintain appearances while masking selfish designs. The quiet betrayals, invisible to the casual observer, were now unmistakable, each word and gesture hinting at secrets that had long been buried beneath family rituals. The dance of revenge was delicate, requiring patience and precision. Small acts, allowing overheard conversations to drift into the wrong ears, letting a misdirected comment illuminate hidden truths, were carefully calculated. The goal was never to confront in public, but to expose, quietly and irreversibly, the fractures in relationships that had been carefully concealed. Even the husband's closest allies could no longer hide the inconsistencies, the selective loyalty, the choices made at the expense of trust and love. By the time the reception wound down and guests murmured about a beautiful day, the undercurrents of jealousy and deception had surfaced. Secrets about manipulation, hidden motives, and quiet betrayals were now visible to anyone willing to see. Love and loyalty, once assumed, had been tested and found fractured, leaving only the raw, unfiltered reality of who truly stood where in the family hierarchy. The celebration that had seemed a single joyous event had become a mirror, reflecting every shadowed intention, every selfish act, and every hidden betrayal. And in the quiet aftermath, it was clear that weddings could reveal far more than love. They could reveal the truth. Every twist of fate in this family saga seemed to carry a lesson in subtle power, as moments of exclusion transformed into unexpected opportunities for revelation. What had begun as an overlooked invitation or a canceled ticket became a canvas for strategy, turning disappointment into a tool to expose the truths that everyone pretended not to see. The husband, with his polished charm and confident demeanor, revealed cracks that no one had noticed before. Choices made in the shadows, small lies, withheld information, whispered promises broken, came into focus with startling clarity. It wasn't confrontation that unveiled the betrayals, but a careful orchestration of events. Each dinner, each gathering, each carefully arranged moment highlighted the inconsistencies in words and actions. The husband's loyalty, once assumed, appeared fragile when tested by circumstance, and the secrets that had been hidden in plain sight began surfacing naturally, without accusation, yet impossible to ignore. The raw emotions of hurt, anger, and frustration rippled quietly through family interactions, transforming polite conversations into a subtle battlefield of observation and calculation. Expectations that had been quietly nurtured of support, fairness, and understanding shattered as truth emerged. Allies revealed themselves in unexpected ways, while those who had relied on deception found their control slipping through carefully constructed fingers. What had been perceived as a small setback, the denial of a simple trip or a minor exclusion, became a turning point. The strategy was not obvious, but it was effective. Moments of pride and satisfaction for those who had acted selfishly now served as the stage for poetic justice. Every interaction was a lesson in precision, every smile and nod carrying the weight of awareness. Secrets about manipulation, hidden desires, and quiet betrayals were revealed not through confrontation, but through exposure of patterns that could no longer be denied. Even the husband's carefully curated image began to falter, showing glimpses of the truth beneath. By the end, what had seemed like misfortune had become a testament to patience and strategy, turning the sting of exclusion into a triumph that no one could have predicted. And in the quiet aftermath, the family realized that every misstep and betrayal had been witnessed and quietly avenged. If this story left your heart racing and your mind spinning, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more unforgettable family drama. Hit the bell so you never miss a moment of shocking secrets, hidden betrayals, and clever revenge that will keep you on the edge of your seat. Share your thoughts in the comments, because in this world of family twists and unexpected victories, every reaction matters. Stay tuned for the next story where truth, loyalty, and strategy collide in ways you'll never see coming.